All right, sis, let's start by introducing yourself. Tell us your name, your age, and where you're from originally.
My name is Nicole. I am 40 years old and I am from Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston to Kensington, how that happened?
What had happened was I moved to Levittown for the recovery program, and someone brought me to Kensington to cash my paycheck, and I got stuck.
Why you got stuck?
You know how they say curiosity kills a cat? You know, I was kind of in and out of addiction at the time, and I'd never been in a place where it was open air. You know, I'm hearing cookers, tendons, and tie-offs like it's a public auction, and I didn't know what any of that was at the time. And like I said, curiosity killed the cat, and I put my nose where I shouldn't have, and the tumbleweed effect after that, honestly.
Yeah, spiraling, right?
Real quick.
Tell us, what was your first reaction when you got here?
Where the fuck am I at? Where have you brought me? You know, I've been all over the country, and I've never seen a place like Kensington. And it was the chaos was appealing, if that makes sense. As an addict, we seek that sometimes, and my life had become very mundane, very boring, redundant, and I just wanted to live a little. And it went from living a little to just existing very quickly.
Got you. So tell us, sis, you changed. I'm sure people who knew you before your addiction, when they see you now, they will say you changed. And when they say that you changed, what will your answer be to that?
Change is a part of your environment. You know, it's inevitable. You can only be around something so long before you kind of mold to it. And a lot of out here, molding to it is for safety reasons, for survival reasons. If you don't blend in, you're an outcast, and you know they prey on you. You know, if they see vulnerability, if they see the skinny white girl that they don't know anything about in the corner, timid, those are the ones that they size up. They'll follow you for. I've had it happen when I first got out here. Followed me around for a couple of weeks. Next thing you know, they're trying to choke me from behind in the park, and rob me for everything. You know, if you carry yourself a certain type of way out here, you get treated a certain type of way. And I bathe. I like nice things. I like shiny things. And out here, that's a target. Like when I used to get on the block, they'd say, "Oh, money on the block," and I'd stop saying that, man. And when they hear that, they tune right in. And I've been robbed multiple times for everything because they think I'm holding something fantastic in my pocket.
What's your living situation?
Right now, I'm outside. Occasionally, I have like a house I can hang out in, but that always is accompanied by expectations, or they always want something, but their motives are typically very ill-minded. So you just have to be selective on who you expose yourself to. I've gone from, "Oh, you're safe, you can take a shower here, sis," and next thing you know, they're opening the shower curtain and trying to pour soap on me. Just violating my personal space. They assume that every woman out here lives a certain way because they're out here, and that's not the case. I have a lot of I nevers. The random car jump-ins and sexual selection is one of my I nevers for personal reasons, and that's like a stronghold for me. I can't confuse business and pleasure. I don't knock anyone out here for their hustle. It's just not for me.
What are some hustles you have to support your habit?
Unfortunately, boosting, but that's short-lived because people have really worn it out. But during the day, they give out snack bags and food and stuff like that. And after hours, all the stores close in Kensington. So I'll go and I'll make grab bags, $5 grab bags, and I'll take it to the corner boys and hustle them snack bags midnight hours, $5 a bag. Just little things. Down to Works, you get Works, you sell them for $1 a piece after hours. Cigarettes, $1 a piece after hours. Just trying to utilize it around me. Do the free clothes give out. I'll put outfits together and sell them to the other working girls. Just kind of making use out of what's around me.
Got you. What was your life like before this happened to you?
I'm a military vet. I was in the service for 9 years. I had an honorable medical discharge for injury reasons. I was living in a home with my father, and he was ill, and I wasn't on the deed to the house. I had 6 years clean at the time, and I got forced out of the home. The bank forced me out, and I ended up on the streets of Kensington clean. That was very short-lived, needless to say. Between depression and feeling outcasted, I didn't want it to blend in somehow, and no sooner did I know it, a pipe was in my hand. and 6 years clean was down the drain. I feel like I was set up for failure at that point. I went through Prevention Point and housing, and I was on the list, and I made the mistake of saying that I was couch surfing, and that now made me ineligible for housing because I don't meet the criteria for homelessness.
Jeez. There's always some type of barrier to get help when you really need it. I'm sorry you're going through, the struggles in life, dear. What's the agenda today for you?
For me, every day I wake up with one goal. I set one goal for myself of accomplishment, whether it be going to a food pantry or going in, doing something for myself like getting my ID or a simple job application. And I put in line for myself to do one act of kindness a day. So, and that's just creating karma, what I believe in karma for myself. So today I gathered up a bunch of clothes and I went around and I offered shoes and clothes to some of the girls that I see struggling with hygiene.
That's beautiful. I love hearing people who are in the struggle give back. A lot of the times the most beautiful souls are the broken ones, and
Absolutely.
People in society don't see that.
Feel forgotten in their own way or another. And my grandmother told me, because I told her I'm guarded, I never trust anybody and I don't need anybody. And she said, Nick, if you spend the rest of your life guarding yourself that way, you're going to be one lonely bitch. Blunt, just like that. She said, the day you change your character to satisfy these people around you, you become no different than the person you can't stand. Therefore, I'm steadfast in my kindness and my heart in hopes that at some point I receive just a fraction, just a portion of it back. Don't care how it comes back, but I just hope. And maybe it already has, and I was blinded, and I didn't see it out of selfishness. But I just remain who I am, and I'm unconditional to the people that I know and care about, and that's what I would want in return. I don't want people to give up on me or lose faith in me or, just brush me off. I don't want to be someone you read about on Facebook.
Got you. What type of child were you growing up?
Abused, violently, forced into the system at 8 years old, bounced around 26 different foster homes, 48 different foster homes, 26 different schools, arrested 14 times before coming out of my juvenile years. And the U.S. Army recruited me out of high school, and that was kind of my break. And I just wanted to be a part of something bigger, something better. So I spent many years lonely, wondering where I came from and why I couldn't be a part of something. So I ran with it, and if I could go back now, I would.
If you can go back in time and give your younger self some advice, what advice would you give to your younger self?
Take a seat and mind your business. Because I can go back to that one pivotal moment that changed my life. And that was when I was told to go to my room, stay home, and I said, screw you, I know everything. And I hopped out of my bedroom window, and I went somewhere I shouldn't have been, and was a victim to an assault, and that was that toilet flush. Because I didn't want to listen, and I wanted to be that big girl, the know-it-all. If I had just taken a seat and popped in a movie and snuggled in my bed, I truly believe full-heartedly that I'd be safeguarded from everything that I've been exposed to.
Well, you think you'll be in life today if drugs was not in the picture?
I'd be collecting a pension with the military. I'd be having kids come to visit me for Sunday dinners. I'd have my dream job of having a barbershop and a little bar and grill and an auto shop all in one. Come get a lineup, have a bite to eat and get your car fixed all in one shot. And it's not unattainable, is that the word? But it's gonna take a lot more hard work than it would have then.
How do your family feel about your situation?
I have no family support.
How can people help you?
If I ask for it. If I ask for it.
Yeah, what help do you need?
Right now I'm trying to put a fundraiser together for a Winnebago. I want to do what I call mobile guidance, and be able to close my door, have it be mine, and leave here, and take myself and my knowledge someplace where I could, be free of this. This place it will chew you up and spit you out and then run you over.
What about the nighttime? What is it like out here in the night?
Find somewhere safe, well lit, and try and use a buddy system. Sleep in rotation. Unfortunately, if you have your belongings with you, as I do, I typically have a rope tied together and have it tied around my ankle, so if they try and run with it.
Yeah, you have a lot to carry around, love.
Well, a lot of this is donations. Like I said today, I was handing out clothes and stuff like this to some of the girls that I know.
You're a sweetheart. I love what you're doing, love, and I pray that you can, get yourself up out of this dump and get on the other side because you deserve it. You're beautiful. What are your short-term goals?
To gain up enough courage to ask for help and put myself away for a little bit so I can safely remove myself from the chemicals out here because it is fatal if not done properly. I just lost my best friend 3 weeks ago, clean. So, like I said, I just want to go somewhere where I can safely remove the chemicals from my body and get back to the person I know I am.
Right.
Drugs is what I do, not who I am.
When you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see?
Someone who gave up on herself.
Well, I hope you can get back to, improving yourself because you have life. Once you got life, there's a lot of possibilities for you. You have your leg, your arm. When you look around, you see a lot of pain. You don't want to end up like that, It can always get worse. But yeah, dear, if people want to reach out to help you, do you have an email or a way they can contact you?
I do. It's nikkifixit85@gmail.com.
Okay, spell it for us, your Nikki.
It's nikkifixit85@gmail.
If you had 3 wishes, what would your 3 wishes be?
To be free of drugs, to have my kids back, and have a home. Have a home with a door that I could close.
That's right. How many kids do you have?
I have 2.
And what are some of your passions in life?
I love to dance, and I love to write, and I love to talk with people.
Awesome. And love, this one is to take us home. There are a lot of people in this world who judge people who struggle with drug addiction. What's your message for the world?
Gain some knowledge. There are, meetings in Ar-Anon, things like that. Before being so quick to judge, give yourself some knowledge. Read about it. Talk. Talk to someone, not at them. Ask questions, become informed. Just gain knowledge. We are not all the same. And as I just said a minute ago, drugs are what we do, not who we are.
That's right. Well, Nikki, right? Nikki, thank you so much for being brave and sharing your story with us. You're helping to make the future a better place. There are a lot of misconceptions on drug addiction, and can no one clear it up better than someone that's in it, So we're rooting for you, and be known for your sobriety, not your addiction.
I just want to say one more thing.
Yes, love.
To anyone that is watching this and has heard just a small portion of who I am, if you ever need to talk, I'm a good listener. Silence is deadly. So feel free to hit me up an email and, just get it out, let it out.
Taking flight. Remember, y'all, don't be bitter, be better. And we're out there. Peace out.